The Bundle of Sticks, a heartwarming tale of unity and family once upon a time. In a small village nestled between rolling hills and lush green fields, there lived an old man named Elias. He was known for his wisdom and kindness. Elias had three strong and hardworking sons, Lucas, Julian, and Peter. Although they loved their father, the three brothers had one troubling habit. They argued constantly. Whether it was over who would fetch water, who would work in the fields, or who would chop firewood, they bickered day and night. Elias, growing weaker with age, became deeply troubled by their endless quarrels. He had worked his whole life to build a peaceful home, and he worried what would happen after he was gone. If my sons cannot live in harmony, how will they ever face the challenges of the world? He thought to himself. One day, Elias fell ill. He lay on his bed, staring at the ceiling as the sounds of his sons arguing echoed through the house. He knew he had to teach them a lesson that they would never forget, a lesson about unity. Lucas, Julian, Peter. Elias called, his voice still strong despite his sickness. The three sons rushed to their father's side. "Father, what's the matter?" Lucas asked with concern. Elias sat up slowly, propping himself against a pillow. "My dear sons," he said, "I have an important task for you. Go into the forest and bring me as many sturdy sticks as you can carry. Hurry now." Confused but obedient, the brothers set off into the forest. They each gathered a pile of thick sticks, wondering what their father could possibly need them for. By afternoon, they returned home with armfuls of sticks, setting them down in front of Elias' bed. "Excellent," Elias said, smiling faintly. He picked up the sticks and tied them together with a strong piece of twine to form 3 bundles, one for each son. "Now listen carefully," Elias began. "I want to see which of you can break this bundle of sticks in half. Whoever does it first will win a special prize." The brothers were surprised by this strange challenge, but their competitive spirits immediately flared. Lucas stepped forward first. He grabbed his bundle of sticks and strained with all his might. His muscles tensed, his face turned red, but no matter how hard he tried, the bundle remained unbroken. Julian was next. He smirked confidently at Lucas. "Let me show you how it's done." Julian grabbed his bundle and pushed, pulled, and twisted with all his strength, but the sticks held firm. Finally, Peter stepped up, shaking his head. "You two are weaklings," he teased. He gripped his bundle tightly and bent forward, putting his back into it. Yet, despite his determination, the sticks refused to budge. The 3 brothers stood panting, frustration etched on their faces. "It's impossible," Lucas declared. "No one can break these sticks." Elias nodded knowingly. "Now, untie the bundles," he instructed. The brothers quickly untied the twine, separating the sticks. "Try breaking them one by one," Elias said softly. One by one, the brothers easily snapped each stick in half. Snap! Snap! The sound echoed through the small room. Elias watched them carefully. Once they were done, he spoke, his voice filled with meaning. "Do you see, my sons? When the sticks were bound together, they were strong and unbreakable. But when they were separated, they were easy to break." The brothers looked at their father, realization dawning on their faces. Elias continued, "You are like these sticks. Alone you are weak. But when you stand together as brothers, no one will be able to harm you or tear you apart. There is strength in unity." For a moment, the room was silent. Lucas, Julian, and Peter looked at each other, ashamed of the way they had been treating one another. They realized how foolish they had been to fight over trivial things. Lucas spoke first, his voice soft. "Father, you're right. We've wasted so much time arguing instead of helping each other." Julian nodded, adding, "From now on, I'll work with my brothers, not against them." Peter smiled and placed a hand on his brother's shoulders. "We're stronger together than apart. I promise we'll always stay united." Elias' heart swelled with pride as he watched his sons embrace each other. Though he was still weak, he felt a deep peace in his heart. His sons had learned the lesson he had wanted to teach them all along. The very next day, Lucas, Julian, and Peter worked together in the fields. Lucas plowed the land while Julian planted seeds, and Peter fetched water for the crops. They moved as a team, sharing laughter and encouragement as they worked. The villagers soon noticed the change and praised the brothers for their newfound harmony. As the seasons passed, their farm flourished like never before. The once arguing brothers became the strongest and happiest family in the village, admired for their unity and teamwork. And every now and then, when Lucas, Julian, and Peter gathered around their father, Elias would smile and say, "Remember the bundle of sticks. Together, you are unbreakable." From that day forward, the brothers never forgot their father's lesson. They faced life's challenges as one, knowing that their strength lay not in standing apart but in standing together.